Hi, I'm Nathan, Ninjamonkey. I make videos related to Japan, aimed to help you get informed of all things travel related and anything a potential tourist or visitor to the country might be interested in, and put it all in one easy video for you to watch. I do the research so that you don't have to, and hope to point you in the right direction to make your trip easier, memorable and perfect in every way. So, if you're interested in this and like my videos, you might consider subscribing. Interestingly, only 30% of my viewers are subscribed. So go ahead and turn on the bell notifications to keep up to date with all future videos, as I would love to have you as part of Team Ninjamonkey. And don't forget to like the video, as it tells YouTube that you're interested in this type of content and will hopefully help my videos reach a wider audience too. I'm aiming to do a live stream once we hit 3K. We can do it. I'd like to start by firstly thanking all of my supporters. I receive so much love and encouragement, and it really helps me keep on going. I really appreciate every comment, every like, and all the feedback and comments mean a lot to me. So, in this video, I aim to keep you updated of any relevant information in regards to what is happening behind Japan's closed borders. I continue to believe that one of the best ways to know when Japan might reopen is to keep a close eye on the situation there and have a look at how Japan deals with things and what measures are implemented, as they might have an effect on what it might be like once we can get in. So the first big piece of news is that just 3 months before the Olympics are set to take place, Japan has once again declared a state of emergency in the Tokyo and Osaka regions as the virus continues to surge. Prime Minister Suga declared a state of emergency in Tokyo and the western Japanese prefectures of Osaka, Kyoto and Hyogo in an effort to curb a surge in coronavirus cases during the upcoming Golden Week holidays. There will be tougher restrictions, such as banning restaurants and bars from serving alcohol, asking department stores and movie theatres to close, and barring fans at sports games. These restrictions will remain in place from Sunday through to May the 11th. The emergency declaration covers roughly a quarter of Japan's population and is about a third of its economy, but once again largely relies on the cooperation of people and businesses, unlike other countries which have had complete lockdowns. And although not related to the Olympics, it's hard not to think that these measures are not directly related to trying to bring cases down for the Olympics, as they are scheduled to be lifted only a few days before the president of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, is due to arrive in Japan to encourage organizers who have repeatedly promised to put on a safe and secure event. For reference, the last state of emergency was lifted on the 23rd of March, just 1 month ago, and in the past, all visa processing has been paused or slowed down dramatically during the state of emergency. What has it been like in your country in terms of emergency measures? Here, where I live, we've gone through 2 lockdowns, each time stricter, but thanks to the vaccine rollout, we have 0 COVID cases for quite a few weeks now, and measures are slowly being lifted. My hometown Gibraltar is finally starting to feel like the new norm that people keep on talking about. Quick note, if you're interested in my daily life, you can also check out my Instagram, where I am more active and will give you an insight into what I get up to. I even give some hints and tips there before they make it into the video sometimes. So, things unfortunately are not looking too good in regards to what is currently going on in Japan. However, in comparison to when other countries have experienced waves, if the data coming out of Japan is accurate and correct, then the situation is much less problematic than what's happening in other countries around the world. Does this mean that Japan can still control and get to grips with the situation? We will have to wait and see. Another issue to keep an eye on is the vaccine rollout, an area that I continue to keep you updated on, as I firmly also believe that although not directly related to reopening, vaccinations are essentially one way out of the situation we're currently in. And the faster Japan administers those valuable doses, the more likely Japan might feel confident in allowing people in, especially if perhaps they too have also been vaccinated. So here are the latest figures. Keeping in mind that Japan has a population of 125 million people, as of today, 2,465,566 people have now been vaccinated, out of which 51,479 are elderly people. The good news is, however, that Japan recently reached a deal with Pfizer that will increase its supply of the vaccine, allowing the country to have enough doses by the end of September to inoculate all eligible residents. This doesn't necessarily mean that they will complete the rollout by September though, as those doses need to reach the clinics and be administered. So most definitely something to keep a close eye on. It continues to be impossible to visit Japan unless you're a Japanese citizen or meet one of the few exceptions. And with the new state of emergency announcement, I have no new information regarding visas or entering the country, unfortunately. I would like to, however, clarify a question that a number of viewers asked regarding spouse visas that, to my understanding, have recently been issued. Please remember that this visa is only for Japanese nationals and/or if the spouse is a resident or long-term resident in Japan. Residency is a complicated issue, and it is my understanding that to qualify you need to live in Japan for quite a number of years consecutively. Therefore, if your spouse is currently studying or working in Japan and does not have residency, it is very likely that you will not qualify. There is nothing more than I would like than to see my viewers reunited with their loved ones, and I will continue keeping a very close eye on this specific situation. But remember, you can help each other out in the comment section below. Let's get a conversation started. If you've been successful in reuniting with your loved ones recently, then we'd love to know how you went about it and how it all went. And for those who can enter the country, please note that Japan has tightened its rules on coronavirus test certificates needed to be submitted by all passengers upon arriving at Japanese airports, with those failing to meet required conditions to be denied entry into the country in principle. Since March, Japan has been asking airlines to deny boarding of passengers without negative coronavirus testing results taken within 72 hours of departure. Until Sunday, the country's quarantine authorities, however, did actually allow those who came to Japan with insufficient certificates to stay at a designated facility and retake a coronavirus test after 3 days. But the authorities said such alternative treatment will no longer be available if you are eligible to enter Japan. A passenger needs to obtain certificates that prove negative results 72 hours before departure. Japan does not approve antigen or antibody tests as certificates for entering the country, and Japan is also requesting domestic and foreign airlines to restrict the number of passengers planning to enter the country. So, what can you do in the meantime? My advice is to keep a close eye on what's going on, and obviously my channel is a great way to keep updated, and I'm hopeful that you find this information and format useful. If you do, then please do like the video, as it will really help me out and show your support at the same time. Continue to be persistent, sending emails or inquiries to your local consulate or embassy if you feel that you have special circumstances to enter the country. And if you're wanting to travel to Japan, I still believe that we need to keep a close eye on the Olympics, as it might give us further clues as to what might happen next. And this is something I will continue to report on as soon as things are updated. You can also start planning your trip now. You likely have quite a few months before Japan reopens for tourists, perhaps at the end of the year, or more likely maybe in 2022. Therefore, have you watched my Level Up Your Japan Planning video? I do recommend you do. I give you loads of different tips on how to plan a trip to Japan. I'll leave the link in the video description below. Don't wait and use those tips now to start planning a trip. And if you are going to book any flights, I would advise not to do so unless you can ensure a rebook or a refund. Check out my backlog of videos where I travel around different locations in Japan. Not only will you hopefully get some ideas of places to visit and things to do, but you'll be helping my channel out too. Leave a comment and a like in those videos too. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on which ones you liked the best. I'll continue to link a playlist of some of my favorites to get you started. I am really looking forward to returning to Japan too and making more content once I'm there, but in the meantime I will continue giving you useful information. As always, I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's get a conversation started in the comment section below. I do try to respond to as many as I can. Don't forget to like the video, as it tells YouTube that you're interested in this type of content. And if you've watched all the way to the end and you have subscribed, then welcome to the team. Till next time, arigato, bye.